Dad Pod.
Just a video thing as well.
Doesn't have a name.
Podcast.
Midlife crisis.
Paddy Daddy.
Midlife crisis.
Dadcast.
That's not bad, actually, yeah.
All right, you're very welcome along to this episode of Dadcast, number 40-something. A bit like us now. Hey.
Except me.
Well, you are really.
No, I'm not.
Spiritually, physically,
I'm really not.
mentally.
Physically, yes.
Yes.
Mentally, most definitely at the moment.
Mentally, he's still in his teens.
Spiritually at times.
Yeah. So Adrian's not here, but Dave is here, Nathan is here.
Did we threaten to Skype in, Adrian?
We did, but like he's on holidays.
I know.
It's very long holidays. Like it's the 16th.
Well, you're his boss.
He's been gone from the 13th. It's like it's a long time off, isn't it?
We've only noticed this now.
Well, I mean, I'm
Like there is that balance of it's great to get a long period of time off.
He's been off since the 13th.
Yeah.
Friday,
And he's not
Friday.
coming back
until like the
7th of
All
January
right.
or whatever.
Really?
yeah.
How did you let that slide?
I mean, look,
He just takes the box.
I don't micromanage things, Dave. You know.
There was no 3-week holidays when I worked here.
There probably was.
There was certainly 3 weeks when you didn't appear in the office. Whether they were holidays or not is an entirely different question.
Anyway, that's too boring. How is being a dad going in this episode of Dadcast? A lot of people have been giving out to us for not enough regular episodes. That's because Nathan changed his work week and no longer works Fridays. Essentially, it's his fault. So we're going to record them on Mondays, and I hope to have it up by Tuesdays into the new year if we're going to continue.
Yeah.
Dave thinks we need to have a conversation about whether or not we should continue.
A grown-up conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I just think everything needs to be discussed. But obviously, regular episodes will go a long way to convincing the protagonists that it's something that should be persisted with.
Do we all
Wasn't expecting that.
like a marriage?
So, you know, if we're willing to commit to each other,
Once a week is fine. Any less than once a week and everybody starts to get angry.
once a week is absolutely fine. Yes. I'm not looking for any more or less than that.
Any more would be too much. What would you do?
But yeah, the world of being a dad is grand, yeah. We're looking forward to Christmas, I think, and everything that goes with it.
So occasionally we swear too much in this podcast, and you realise that that's not the right thing to do, because you're listening to other podcasts with your kids and somebody starts swearing and you're like, ooh, that's what it sounds like when we do it. And my kids are going, what? Why did he? What does that mean, Dad? Or, oh, they're very excited now when they hear bad words. So New Year's resolution, we're going to try and stop that. Adrian's not here. He's the chief.
I made a resolution when my eldest was born that I would tidy things up on the foul language front. It
Didn't work.
The worst profanities I've definitely, they're dead. They've almost been clear, like the really bad ones.
You don't drop the C-bomb anymore.
Never.
Almost.
But, like the F-bomb is, like, it's just far too
I just
regular.
mean on the podcasts, right? So that I guess the reason I'm talking about this is because that we can also have a conversation that's going to be safe for people to listen to with their kids.
Yeah, well, I think if you stop doing it,
Christmas episode.
immediately 90% plus of the amount of swear words on this podcast will have been removed from the equation.
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
But yeah, let's all make a pact. Dadcast 2020, there will be no expletives.
And that this is going to be safe to listen to. That
Does SH1T count?
no, I think it's fine.
Let's go through the list from top to bottom.
We got our first elf on the shelf. It was great excitement, like unbelievable levels of excitement, which I was very surprised about. And it's been, everybody's complaining about it on Twitter. You see the, oh this is terrible. I can't believe I have to do this thing. And it's like,
Why are they complaining about it? What's the reasons for the complaints?
because the elf is up to mischief every night.
All the time.
Every night the elf is up to... Do you have one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, the elf is up to mischief and everybody complains about the fact the elf gets up to mischief every night. There's like a commitment.
A different kind of mischief.
There's a commitment level involved
I know, there
on the
is.
elf's part.
Yeah, well, things kind of fell off a little for 2 or 3 days, but I had to come up with a reason for that he had just been so bad, so bold, that I basically laid down the law to him and said, look, you've just got up to so much over the last 3 days. For the next 2 days, you have to stay exactly where you are and don't move.
Right.
Because there were questions been asked as to why he was in the same place when he had come back down. But the reason in our house was because things had just started getting out of hand. He walked in one day and he had his head in a bag of crisps.
Right.
His appetite is insatiable.
Right.
And then another morning, the lads came
Was the bag
downstairs.
crisps empty?
Yes.
Right. Very good.
Other morning, one of the lads came downstairs and they love these cereal bars, these breakfast bars they eat every morning. There was about 15 of them all over the whole floor, and he had one of them in his hand,
Right.
with the wrapper off.
Right. I thought you were going to say he'd eaten the whole 15.
No, he would have got through the rest of them now if we hadn't got up at the time.
This is our first year of having it. I actually think it's a great thing. Hasn't really stopped them being assholes. It hasn't.
Oh, is that what the elf is meant to do?
The elf reports back. Did you not read the book you got with
Watching
us?
everything.
No, I think we got some. I think we have an unofficial elf. We have a really rogue elf.
Okay, right. Well, yeah. So the elf reports back every night to the North Pole, spying on you, a bit like your Alexa, listening to everything you say, holding it, and then serving you ads for those things that you're like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Just like that, the elf's going to deliver presents that you want.
The influence of the elf in that regard has waned significantly in 2019.
Well, I wish I knew that because the elf has had no influence, and the elf was baking the other night.
Right.
Made a right bloody mess. Nightmare. The elf raided the advent calendars. Kids came down. Elf had the sweets.
If anybody raided the advent calendars in our house, there would be death. We would be dead. They would just kill us. They would butcher us. You would find them grown up like that documentary about the kids
in the basement.
Well, not in the basement. The ones who live their lives through movies that they watch. What was that? There was no parents. It was a New York documentary a couple of years back. They watched 3 or 4 movies and they basically... Anyway.
Right.
This really happened.
Yes, Nathan. I have a cultural hinterland that occasionally means I watch things. Anyway. Yeah.
We have a Lego one. A Lego advent calendar.
Oh, yeah. Better than sweets.
Lego to be built. Oh, way better.
Right.
New piece of Lego to be built every morning. And it's forced them to share in a way that I've never seen before. Like they get the alternate day system.
Oh, there's one
So each
calendar.
guy wakes up in the morning and he knows it's his day. And the other guy, no, one of the last things he'll say before falling asleep is, oh, it's his day tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's worked brilliantly that way. Like, it might only just be a figure, but it's a huge big box and you've got how many dates in the advent calendar?
24, Dave.
24. Yeah, stands to reason. And one of them gets to build something new every second day. It's great. And it has been great.
We should have done that because we have a Lego one and we have a chocolate one.
Right.
So one gets the Lego one day and one gets the chocolate.
Okay.
You should have just shared the Lego.
Should have just shared the
That's
Lego.
a good idea.
Yeah. You don't want them eating chocolate before their breakfast either, do you?
Oh, no, they have it after dinner. So they don't open until after dinner.
We get home
So they open in the morning. They have to hold off and eat
No, they
until
don't
after
open in the
dinner.
morning. The advent calendar gets opened after dinner.
Oh, okay.
Because you know it's chocolate.
Right. Ours is done first thing in
Not
the
that
morning.
much of a secret.
And they
The
sit there
Mars
building
advent
the Lego.
calendar has a bit of chocolate.
Yeah, so that I think we'll definitely get one for next year as well.
Have you been to see Santa?
I think they've been to see Santa 3 times.
We didn't. We normally would have gone to like the one in Tullow, or there was another one that we would have gone to. So we're due to see one on Monday. So the Monday before Christmas, Monday afternoon. And obviously I'll be at work, so they'll be going without me. But no, I'll be there. We left it very late because it was the only place we could get in.
Where are you going?
Malahide Castle, I think.
Ah, yeah, we went there last year. Very nice.
Yeah.
Other places you don't have to book.
Newbridge House.
That's where we're heading there this weekend, I think.
Right.
For their 4th Santa.
Right.
But,
I don't know, because obviously Santa busy gets around to the schools and things like that, so
Oh,
I
right.
get to run into him
No.
at times like that as well.
Only the Protestant schools, it turns out.
So are you going to? Actually, weirdly, so we went to meet Santa in the GPO,
Right.
and
Is there one?
in the GPO, yeah,
Right.
it's a nice little place in the courtyard in the GPO, and you get to do a tour of the GPO, which it turns out for children is not very interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Just a lot of signs about 1916,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, you gotta get them young.
I'd imagined in my head it was going to be a bit cooler than it actually was, but actually the Santa experience. But it turned out Santa was very familiar with us.
All right.
He knew our house very well.
A listener to
No, not a listener. Actually,
a neighbour.
he'd yes,
Right.
I think. But it was despite me staring into Santa's eyes to try and figure things out, I couldn't quite nail it.
Right.
So I'm still unsure as to exactly.
Right. Wow.
But he knew this. He'd been to the kids' school,
Okay.
so I'm thinking maybe that's where it came from, which was great. The kids
I'm sure the kids are amazed.
delighted that Santa knew so much about them.
You're a little bit freaked out.
Yeah, but Santa does know everything about them. There's no reason for the kids to be amazed by that. He has all-
But when
he
it
has
actually
all the
happens,
knowledge.
but everybody knows these are just little helper Santas.
Yeah, they're assistant Santas who
Yeah.
also report back to the big dude. But I wonder, is 4 in one Christmas cycle too many? We shall see.
Have you paid to go and see?
This weekend is the first one that
Okay,
we've
that's
actually
okay.
pre-booked. There was a great one in
There are free
Billion shopping
Santas?
centres and Swords. There's a lovely little
In shopping
Christmas
centres, there's a lot of free
centre
ones.
out there.
In Nut
yeah,
Grove,
shopping
there's a free
centres,
one.
and there was the one in the GA club. There might have been at their
And you
GA
get a present.
Oh, yeah, Santa came to the GA club as well.
Right.
selection boxes.
Selection
I think,
box
were
for
handed
everyone.
out.
Right. I mean, there's only so many more of the kids' selection boxes I can eat.
Right. I'm like, why are you crying? You ate the crunchy yourself. Of course, do you not remember eating the crunchy? You definitely ate the crunchy. I saw you eating the crunchy. Now stop giving out. Go upstairs.
But if any more arrive, Jared, it's a challenge you're willing to take on.
No, it's not. I mean, I was doing so well for like at least 3 or 4
Just
weeks.
eating the
before-
fudges because nobody else will eat them. So we don't have this stockpile of fudge by the end of Christmas. I don't even like them.
I know, you do just eat shit that you don't really like that much over this period of time.
Yeah, well, the gloves are off in December. Once I get to mid-December, I just don't care anymore. I'll just eat whatever's going.
Well, you survive like 50 weeks of the year before getting to that. So Gilmore are like 2 days. January 2nd. Next year.
This year is going to be different. We've signed up to swim a mile, and then I'm going to do the full,
Over the course of the year.
full,
triathlon?
full
Oh,
sprint
yeah?
triathlon.
We
Yeah.
do Operation Fat Bastard, me and you.
Yeah. Well, it's now or never.
Like,
It's
we're-
literally now or never.
Like, this is a terrible time of the year because we're one step away from literally our kids going, you can be Santa soon.
Yeah, my little one doesn't realise that. The older two at least appreciate that they're abusing me when they pat my belly and I don't really like it. But the little one, he's like, wow, look at the size of that. Smack, smack, smack. And it makes such a lovely sound. So yeah, it's now or never, really. It's like,
So you're doing a sprint triathlon in 2020.
yeah.
You signed up for it.
Well, just picking dates at the moment because we booked holidays actually.
Right.
Had a bit of a disaster booking holidays, which I'll explain in a minute. It's not really that much of a disaster. Yeah, so there's either one in Galway or one later on, but I'm going to miss
Your
working my
hometown town as well, isn't there?
No,
Of
but
Tye?
yeah, so that's the June bank holiday weekend, which I had booked off because I was going to go to the Champions League final. So I booked flights to the Champions League final. And then my wife booked a holiday. And it's the same time.
Oh no.
I was like, I didn't realise it for about 3 days. I was
know.
like, oh, this is great. We're going camping in France. When's the Champions League final?
You're going to just shoot off to...
Where's it,
where's the-
Istanbul?
It's in Istanbul.
Oh God.
Well, I can't. I have to try and rearrange or change things. Maybe UEFA would move it a week forward or a week back.
Yes. Okay, that is a bit of a disaster in relative terms, all right.
And that's the same weekend as the Tri-Thai, so...
Okay.
In fairness, you couldn't have predicted that you would have actually organised your holidays.
I know. Like, or that I would have booked flights 9 months out in advance for Istanbul.
Well, fair play to you for your intentions.
Did you book your holiday yet?
No, I've no money, so I can't afford it. I'm finishing off my extension and the bank are being abs. I won't name the bank yet. Though I'm threatening it.
Go on.
They just won't give me the money for my extension,
Because
for my loan.
they don't believe that you've actually done the
I
work.
don't know, they're just a nightmare to deal with. Never get an extension is my advice.
Oh, we got one.
Now, the extension's built, it's great.
Yeah. Are you
Just
back
a
in?
very angry builder.
Are you back in the house?
Yes.
Oh, you haven't paid the builder yet?
I paid the builder.
Ooh,
It's getting
wouldn't-
very angry. It's coming towards Christmas.
Wouldn't like that. Yeah.
And the price is going edging up. All those Dadcast listeners, everyone's booking their holidays now. I'm getting DMs on probably 2 of them a week. Going, what was the name of that place? It's going to be an uncomfortable holiday for me at this stage.
Are you?
You're already booked in, are you, for the
Not
next?
yet, no, but I know when I want to go. So
Right. Yeah, we keep talking about getting ours done, and we just haven't done it yet. It's very hard to know if you're going to be available. Sport is unpredictable.
Well, you can just book it off now, can't you? And say,
I'm getting. My plan is to go.
Not
Come back
me,
the
not
day
for
of the
me
Champions
anyway
League final.
anymore. Really, you kind of have to do the work when it's there. You can't just.
is
go
there
up
not
to your-
like 2 early GA games you can say, look, can you not give me those 2?
Yeah, that'll be the biggest thing about the booking of the holiday is that I'm just not 100% comfortable yet. I'm sure I will get
Spending
there
that much time with my family.
with taking them out of school.
Oh, really?
Like
I wouldn't
everybody
like that.
does it, don't they? Or do they?
I mean, I suppose I just gave the game away. My children are in secondary school, so that's fine that we're going on holidays in June. My mother, who's a staunch educationalist, is listening to this.
Yeah, like I'm told everyone does it, and I know personally loads of parents that do it, and there seems to be no long-term
Apparently it's
repercussions.
quite frowned upon.
Is it how frowned upon is it though?
Well, so look, I think in junior infants you should go for it because it turns out they don't
Okay,
do anything.
so like we are junior
and
infants.
senior infants. Absolutely, that's like again, if there's one piece of advice, not that much has happened in junior infants for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
And
At
they'll be
any
back.
point during that.
They'll be back for the last 2 to 3 weeks of the term as well.
Well,
Yeah, I think
Afterwards.
even most of the classes, by the time it gets to the end of May, are sort of cruising.
Wind down. Okay.
especially from a teacher's perspective.
My wife won't even be there, so
But the price is doubling and trebling otherwise.
On holidays with you mean?
we're all off.
Yeah, the price is doubling and trebling. Another one piece, a friend of mine goes to holiday in England for those 2 weeks that Irish schools are off and the English schools aren't, and it's not a bad, like Cornwall apparently is very nice down around that part of England, and not that busy for that until obviously the Brit schools get off, and then suddenly it's swarmed.
No, we need to get it done anyway. But look, let's get Christmas out of the way first.
And how is Christmas? Are you cooking? Are you inviting people around?
No.
Is there responsibilities?
No, like for the last few years now, we've been able to cling to the fact that we have very young children and our hands are full, and we couldn't possibly be expected to host or handle Christmas dinner. But I think we're running out of those excuses at this stage. They're 3 and 5 now. They don't take much managing. So I think some stage over the next couple of years, we're definitely going to have to step up. But for the moment, we'll be with her folks on the Christmas morning and my folks on Christmas Day, Christmas afternoon. Like,
How are you getting away with not cooking? What? Sorry, how did I miss that? What? How are you?
well, we just aren't hosting.
Right. Why not?
So- Well, but like, it's just been the way for
Right,
quite
okay.
a long time.
Your kids
Like,
are old enough now. You gotta.
We hosted What Christmas one year when we were expecting our first.
Since then, everybody thought, look, kids are too young.
But you mentioned extensions there. We didn't have ours built at the time, and the house was jammed, eaten in the living room, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Had to move the table, and we weren't equipped for it. We didn't even do turkey. We did like stuffed chicken of some description. which
That's
was-
why you
went down
haven't
very well.
haven't asked
I'm
back.
told. But I still get abuse, so that's from some of my friends that we didn't have turkey on Christmas Day, and maybe rightly so. But no, this year again we will be in my folks. But like, yeah, we are definitely getting closer to having to host. But there'll be many years ahead where we will be hosting, won't there? There's no point kind of
I
jumping
don't
in
want
there
to go
too
to
early.
other people's houses now. Like, no.
Even to your own folks, I know.
I just want to be in my own house.
So how many of you will you be having around?
This year we won't have many actually. It'll just be my parents and my sister, so it'll be grand. Sometimes
There'll be 8 of you.
we've had the other side as well, so there might be like 11 or 12.
And who does the cooking?
I usually do the ham, and my wife does the rest of it with her mother. They do the veg.
Okay,
so I
so
want
you
to
do-
add to my repertoire.
The
Like the ham is a bit easy. Ham's a bit straightforward, you know.
Ham is like boil the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Bake it.
Add a little bit of flavour, put some nice mustardy stuff on top. In you go again.
Yeah.
Boom. Eat it for the next week.
Yeah.
So I need to. I was listening to Gary O'Hanlon this morning. That thing he was talking about.
Oh,
Like,
the
I'd
pork
love
pie.
to have something that when people come over, they're like,
Whoa.
I've never seen this before. Bloody hell, this is good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the sort of beef Wellington type thing, except not
Anything
balls.
pastry related
They're hard, but
and easy to screw up.
I make chicken liver pate. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's really easy as well. It's I kind of
What goes into chicken liver?
chicken liver, a bit of brandy, you flambe the brandy. You don't cook it for too long. So chicken liver is sinewy, which you don't want in your thing. But actually, if you blitz the shit out of it and then push it through a sieve, That takes it, because I was cutting out the livers there, so there was blood all over the place. It was a long, involved process. It turns out that was
Kids
a
were
mistake.
loving it.
But why make chicken liver pate? It seems like a lot of effort.
You can go to
for
Marks
such a
and
small
Spencer's.
part of the day.
Well, because it's absolutely amazing when you homemade.
Yeah, but like, so is the patty you get in the shop.
No, this is nicer. That's the point. It's like a...
But nicer for what, though? For the 2 or 3 pieces of French toast or brown bread you're eating it with.
Yeah,
Seems like a lot of effort.
it's your starter.
And you're probably going around telling people all day about, oh, did you try the chicken liver pate
It's the
earlier?
starter, so everybody has to try it. Fuck you, Dave.
What did we talk about at the top of the show?
Exactly, yeah. Getting to January 2nd and breaking all your resolutions.
The biggest issue I have at Christmas is the soulless, hollow process of present opening amongst the little people.
What?
The
What's soulless about it?
biggest wrappers just get ripped off and...
Does Santa wrap presents?
Yeah, he does.
Santa wraps presents?
Well, depends on which ones they are. He gets lazy with some of them. But
We had a big falling out a couple of Christmases ago when it emerged that Santa doesn't wrap presents. All my life, Santa had always wrapped presents. However, very quickly I realised the error of my ways, and Santa not wrapping presents is the best decision Santa has ever made in Santa's life.
well, some items that Santa delivers are bigger than others.
But it doesn't
And
matter.
you can forgive him for not wrapping certain
Well, it
things.
turns out he doesn't. If he is a consistent man. If there's nothing else, Santa is a consistent man, and because he wraps nothing, there's no wrapping paper and there's none of your soullessness.
Well, a lot of the presents that require wrapping paper would be from like grandparents and uncles and aunties and
Do you
the ones that
spread
Santa
out
doesn't
the
bring.
presents?
We
So-
try to, yeah. And like this year now, I've kind of said, look, can you just get one thing between the group of you? Because there were years where I was just looking at it and I was sitting in the corner, just tutting away to myself.
I know,
going,
yeah. Quietly judging.
This is just a disgrace to like. And look, it kills me that I know on that morning there will be kids that have nothing to open, and I'm watching my two tear the wrapping paper off and
Not caring.
having a little look at what it is, and then just right, where's the next present? And I hate to see it. It breaks my heart to see that. It happens on birthdays as well. One of the birthday parties one of our lads has been at, in the WhatsApp message that the parents sent round inviting people to the birthday party, which I think is a great way to do it as well, because there's none of this handing out invitations in the schoolyard where some kids get them and some kids don't. But they all said, no present required. If everyone can just give the birthday girl a €5 and we're going to buy something like substantial that she will use and be happy to have for quite some time, as opposed to 20 parents turning up with 20 presents.
Oh, yeah. 500
It's
cards.
just
Yeah, 500
exactly,
card is what
exactly.
all
That
of
is the
them
way
do,
to
yeah.
go. So we're trying to streamline the process this time around for the present that they're getting from relations, and I think that will make it a bit better.
Most of mine on my wife's side, it's just clothes. It's like what, so like, and functional clothes.
Yeah.
And that's our books.
Yeah, I don't mind that because, like, Santa brings them enough stuff.
Yeah.
They should, as you say, like, there's nothing more frustrating than on Christmas morning. Santa's come, giving them everything they wanted, and they're looking around at the grandparents going,
What did you
time,
guys-
what time am I getting?
Yeah.
When are you going to give me all that stuff that I personally requested? And I was in Smith's when you bought it, and I've just been thinking about this. Like, I swear they literally go to bed and are, like, totting up either side. Santa stuff, if I get that from Santa, I can get this from the granny. And yeah. Santa's had a bit of a panic over the last few days, though.
Right.
So I've heard.
Something's missing.
Whew. Santa's had quite a panic.
What's Santa looking to build in
The old Lego Ninjago. Santa was apparently running low on the North Pole,
Right.
but apparently he luckily made a diversion to London. And,
Right. Holy shit.
It's great that he has open lines of communication to you guys this
know.
late in the day, because you can appreciate how busy he is.
I'm
from
on the
my
phone to him all the
experience,
time, getting him to ring to say you're on the naughty list. I didn't tell you that, did I? There's an app you can get.
yeah, a couple of friends of mine have used it.
You can upload photographs and everything, and it's like, I hear you've been on the naughty list. So
like a cruel and unusual
How many times have you
punishment.
used it?
only once. You can only use it once. But like, I don't know how much it worked. It worked a little bit, in fairness.
For how long?
Well,
Nothing is sustainable.
if it gives you 8 minutes, that's as much as you could ever hope for.
There was a couple of weeks ago where it was just everything was bad all the time, and since then things have improved.
Okay, but that is just a phase. That is just a phase. We talked about this
Things are
before
going
on
to
the
get bad
podcast.
again, Ger.
No, they will. But at least we'll have some memory to sustain us that this is not a forever thing. That there are moments where there's kindness and hugs as opposed to just constant screaming and battering. And That's them obviously doing the battering of each other as opposed to...
The constant screaming and battering is... I'm not developing an ability to deal with it as the years go by.
No, it's true, isn't it?
My experience and practice is not standing to me when it comes to building a force field around myself that will not cause me not to blow my top. Why is that? Why is it not getting easier to handle?
You probably need a bit of counselling.
Why won't they just listen, Dave?
I'm not...
Just stop fighting with each other,
my God.
please.
Kicking.
Please just stop fighting. And stop fighting over the same toy.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Like, and they'll pick up something they have not played with in a year.
Do they scream? Do they scream at each other?
There's a lot of shouting.
Our middle child has a weird, amazing scream, which is like... It's like unbelievable. The whole building reverberates from it. Sometimes while she's doing it, I just ignore it for a while. And then other times I'm laughing because it's like incredible. And then other times I'm raging at it.
But the screams, and no matter how loud something is, the little infighting and the bickering, I've definitely developed an ability just to completely tune that out. It's something my wife hasn't developed yet, but we could be in a car and I could go on for an hour in the back and it would not bother me. I'm able to tune it out 100%, but it's the fighting. It's the robbing toys off each other. Someone walks up and snatches something off someone, and then there's a slap, and then there's a kick. Oh, I just wish it would stop.
The ability to blank them out is incredible. I was in Galway on Saturday at the Connacht game, and I dropped the kids to my parents while I was at the match, so we drove back to Dublin, and it was 6:30, dark, driving on the motorway. I was bloody wrecked.
Are you trying to keep them awake?
I'm trying to keep myself awake. It was like -8 at the match. Then you're back in the warm car. My eyes are going. I'm like, right, I'm going to pull in. I'm actually, for once in my life, I'm going to do the right thing here. So I pulled in at the service station, that lone. 2 lads in the back. I was like, I'm just going to close my eyes here for 10 minutes. Sat in the car. 2 lads are like, sorry. What is happening? What are you doing? What are you doing? Did I get out and get me some sweets or something? And then maybe, we might give you some peace. I was just so tired. I'm like...
But that's fair. That is a fair request.
I was like, I don't care. And somehow, despite the 2 of them bitching and moaning in the back, I sat there with my eyes closed, a little bit of drool, I'd say, coming down here. Did
you fall asleep?
Had 10 minutes sleep, got up, walked outside, got myself a bottle of water.
Happy days, yeah.
And actually found myself in good form for the rest of the trip home, having previously been like, I'm going to kill someone.
Yeah. Wow.
Fair play to you. That is the right thing to do, obviously.
The first time, it's like a definite sign of... that's one of the clear signs of aging, because I could never understand...
The naps, or the benefit of them.
Or my dad, when he'd be driving, would get tired. Like, when I was younger, I could drive for like 6 hours straight and it'd be like, not a bother.
What's the big deal?
Whereas now it's like, so many lights on the road in front of me. Where are they all going?
I'm just going to blink for a second.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst. Like, just, oh, Jesus.
I've driven down in the middle of winter with all 4 windows open.
To keep yourself awake.
minus 3 degrees in the car, thinking, like, I'll just freeze myself awake here.
It kind of
I did that. It was like -2 on the dash. And I'm like putting down the lads are like, what are you doing? I'm like, it'll be fine.
And the sugar rush as well is that's a great way for making sure that you can just keep going. Like, I've pulled into there's been many times coming back from a GAA match, and it's very late, and say a Saturday evening, and I pulled into a garage and I've got a 99, a bar of chocolate, a big bag of jellies, and a can of Coke, and I've consumed it all in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like absolutely wired at the wheel then for the next hour and a half. Does the job.
Did you give them your phone to watch for those 10 minutes? What did they do?
There was lights in the service station, so they managed to, again, they had nothing else to do. They managed to come up with some sort of a game around their match attacks where they had to guess who they were talking about or something.
Okay, right.
So, I don't know, I was asleep. It was great.
Class.
I did wake up and, looked, and there was a car either side with people who were obviously looking up. What is this guy at?
Fair play to you. It's, and yeah, you did, the verbals I've managed to tune out, but I just can't deal with the physical stuff. And there's no sign of it abating. And I know they're only 3 and 5, so this is going to
get
go
worse
on for
because
a long
they can
time.
do more damage now as they get older.
Yeah, the damage starts to matter. So our middle one can still beat the crap out of our little one, but he is going to grow up and be able to beat her up. And I keep telling her this, that like at some point this is going to flip. So stop being like, he will remember this.
I should have mentioned that I put my tales of my nap online, and it turns out there's a secret world out there that lots of middle-aged men came back going, oh, yeah, I often go for a drive. It's almost like going to the shop. I just pull in for a nap for half an hour.
Right.
While I'm returning home from wherever you've been. Just pull in, have a little nap for half an hour and nice little bit. Because it's glorious.
You'd need to do that from the start. Because if you go shopping and it takes 90 minutes round trip to do the shopping.
Your 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're having an affair, yeah. You're like, yes, me and my sleep. That's, a dad-to-be cast question. What sort of gift would a pregnant lady who has everything like for Christmas please help? Now, for some reason, I cut out the... maybe it was an anonymous person, and I actually... Anyway, so I tweeted that. A night in a hotel with her best mate, not you, says Rob
That's
Byrne.
the last thing she's looking for.
Keith Cooney says what this lad said. Pregnancy massage or baby moon hotel break or both. Can't go wrong. But then Catherine McCrohan says spa stuff's a bit of a waste when pregnant, in my opinion. Can't lie on belly, can't use sauna, steam room, jacuzzi, can't get manicures, pedicures, hair treatments, cut colour, etc. Would be better, in my opinion, instead. Sorry, hair treatments, cut colour, etc. would be better instead. A night away with a massive sleep in is gold. Or a photo shoot with the baby and the bump.
I think that would suffice for a woman, pregnant or not, if you have kids at home. A night away without you, possibly with their friend, and send them off for 24 hours. It's and with the lie-on being the absolute key. Do that.
Yeah, the lie-on.
Whatever the present is, incorporate a lie-on.
Christmas party season, I didn't fully hold up my end of the bargain.
Oh, no.
I was a bit tired myself. I got up and made breakfast and then went back to bed, and then the kids kept coming in, and that didn't go down well.
No, I definitely upheld my side of the bargain last weekend.
What should the bargain...
11:30.
Oh, shit. Wow. Okay.
And that was, she...
I know, Dave, you're putting us to
arrived
shame.
of her own volition.
Right.
At 11:30. It could have been 1 if that was what was required.
Wow. 10 o'clock was I got 10 o'clock the previous week.
10 o'clock is a huge lie-on.
Mind you, then I had to drive the kids to gymnastics. And last weekend I was like, you made me drive to gymnastics last week feeling the way you feel now. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have been driving.
Should not have been driving.
I went home from the Christmas party quite early, so I certainly didn't get one. Then I sort of returned the favour, I think 9 o'clock. But my wife made a terrible mistake. So once again, we're having a bloody nightmare with the baby, who's decided that 2 a.m. is a good I'm wide awake sort of time. So my wife, baby wakes at 1:30 on Friday night. I bring baby into the bed. I told my wife, sleep in the spare room. No bother, because then at least the baby can be on one side of the bed. I'll be on the other. It's all grand. For some reason, my wife comes in to have a look just to see if the baby was in the bed. Baby eyes are half on. Oh! Like 2 hours of wide awake. I'm like, it's your own fault. Nothing to do with me. You screwed up here.
This was on our way in
from
the... Oh, well, you're pissed. You can't be responsible for your actions when you're pissed.
Is there a way to manage the hyperactivity of Christmas Day after they've got their presents and
no chocolate.
Everybody is as high as a kite?
No chocolate. No chocolate until after lunch. No fizzy drinks, nothing. And go for a run.
Yeah,
or
get
a
them
walk.
out of the house.
Getting out of the house is key.
There's gold miles all over the country, or equivalents. There's one at 11 o'clock that I'm thinking of this year, which might be get out, get that done, bring everybody, let them run around. Then they're going to be tired. And then there'll be the extra arrivals of people coming who'll have presents. So there'll be a second wave of that.
Go to Mass.
Yeah, the elder guy was brought to Mass last year and he's gone this year. He just doesn't know it yet. So we might do that. And I would like to get out for a walk at minimum. But the goal mile is definitely an option. You see, we also have to be places
There's
as
one
well.
at St. Anne's Park at 11.
See, 11, I think we're expected to be somewhere in and around 11. It would have to, the getting out of the house will have to be done either in the afternoon or in the morning before Mass. But I just don't want to be in the house dealing with the hyperactivity and the containment and the sense that the walls are closing in when this is meant to be a really good family day.
It's meant to be this joyous day. Why am I sitting in the sitting room by myself? Why am I in the toilet for the 4th time with the door locked? Watching videos on YouTube. Why am I doing this?
That scene in This Is 40 where she goes in and sniffs and goes, you haven't even had a shit. You're just here on your iPad. He's like, no. I just, it was quick. I can't even remember what I'm not even sure she says that, but there's definitely I don't smell anything.
There was a courtesy flush. But we've all say done the shopping and come home. You pull up into outside the house. 40 minutes later, there's a knock on the window.
I'm just on the phone for work.
What are you doing out here? We saw you pull in 40 minutes ago.
I see. That's what I've always like. You drive in, you're like, I don't think anyone is. No, very sure nobody's seen me here. Just sit here for a little while.
Yeah, I haven't checked my Twitter in at least 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Or I've definitely, God, I hope she's not listening to this. I have definitely pulled in, gone to put the key in the front door, heard a row coming from
And got
back into the car and driven away.
Driven away? What? Oh, I forgot milk.
Just gone. No, don't.
Not for me. Not for me, pal.
I don't fancy walking into this SH1T show
And never got caught.
until I've just acknowledged the fact. I'm sure I went back to the shop to get something I knew I'd forgotten, but I've definitely walked
There's
away
a man
from the
trying
front
to
door
dig
and just got
himself out
back
of a
into the
hole.
car and just watched YouTube for 20 minutes.
Just forget something once and then you can always use that excuse. And like everybody knows you're a bit bird-brained at this point of your life.
Yeah, I'm definitely never remember everything that I do need to remember. If there's a dad out there that can honestly claim that he hasn't walked up to the house and turned away, he's lying.
What are you buying your respective partners for Christmas?
I'm in a real bit of bother. It's the 16th of December, and I'm in trouble on that count.
And are you still at that, like, let's buy each other surprise stuff?
Yeah, I haven't asked for anything, and she hasn't asked for anything. It's because there are Chris Kindles going on in the background, and you could potentially have each other in that Chris Kindle.
Oh, you can't. No. There's a strict rule. No spouses.
We haven't. That rule does, I think, need to be introduced.
Too late now, is it?
This year,
You've got your wife.
No, I
in the Chris
don't.
Kindle.
Neither of us have each other this time around. Thankfully, it has happened in the past. So it wasn't an issue for us this time. But I think for next year's Chris Kindle draw, we do need to.
Yeah. I know that's
place.
right. Yeah.
Seeding.
But no, it'll be something. We get something small for each other. But I just don't know what that's going to be, to be honest.
I forgot who I got in the Chris Kindle, which didn't go down well.
No.
Did everybody?
Has to-
So my wife has had to go around, has been secretly trying to figure out. But I've eventually got there.
But the key to it is the second it happens, you send yourself an email with who you have.
You literally just buy the present that day.
We were all out for dinner when it happened, so I kind of
so
looked at it and went, yeah, move on with my life. I was like, what the?
No, I've got
I
into
forgot
that
it even
habit.
happened until.
Because on a couple of occasions now, I've had to go down the road you did and upset everybody by trying to find out who I actually did have. But the first thing I do now, as soon as the draw is made, just whip the phone out, email, you've got such and such, off you go. We do stocking as well, so I haven't done that either.
What's that?
As in, like, you get someone drawn for you for a main present, and then somebody gets drawn for stocking as well.
Oh, Chris Kindle stocking.
Yeah.
And what's the
What's the value?
I think it's 100 lids for the main one, and it's 40 or 50 for the stocking.
right?
Wow.
We just do 50 now for
Yeah, we just do 50.
yeah.
Bottle of whiskey.
Is that what you
What
want?
can you get for 50
No,
nowadays,
I don't
right?
really drink whiskey anymore.
What did I get a voucher for like Fallon and Burn, and then go in and get cheese. Like it's nice and nice olive oil.
That's what you buy for somebody else?
That's what I get.
All right, okay. So,
I got a wallet last year. I got this nice little wallet, one of those little snappy wallets. Yeah, it's very nice.
but look,
What about
it'll be grand. I've got a lot
Subscription
of...
to a magazine. That's the type of stuff you get for it. It's like, like here's the. What do you want? Like, what do you want?
I don't know. This is the
Well,
problem.
it's not...
I wish I cared about something enough that I really wanted something.
But if you did, you just buy it at this stage of your life. Like you're old now.
Yeah.
Genuinely, no. And you know you're in a very fortunate and privileged position if you can say, I don't need anything. I would be absolutely happy if I got nothing from anybody over Christmas. It would not bother me in the slightest. Just to be there around the family and everyone having a couple of drinks and the lads are having fun and there's some good stuff on the TV and the food is great and everything. That is all I want. I don't need anything. I definitely don't want anything. And
I'm getting a new I'm getting a new Under Armour backpack, a black one, the exact same as the one I currently have, just new. And my wife bought herself a pair of boots that I'm getting her, that I saw yesterday for the first time. She's like, do I have to wrap these?
Yeah, I'm not. Normally, I would be in that position as regards what I'm getting for her. She's told me what it is, and I just have to go out and actually get it. And even then, I don't even have to do that sometimes. Sometimes it's just bought, and I'll write a nice card or something with it. But this year, I told the people involved in the Chris Kindle that I want you to spend X on the present, and then I want the rest just to make a donation to whoever.
Oh, well, they do that, though. You want proof of that,
I
Dave?
want proof.
You want receipts?
I want to absolutely. I want to
You
receipt.
want to make sure it's Dave McIntyre, not their name.
Well, I don't care whose name is on it.
Yeah. You want your
I
name.
absolutely want a receipt, and not this person, not just to be skimping on.
Yeah, I give it to some busker in town.
So yeah, but look, we're talking about adult presence here when we're really supposed to be talking about what it's like to be dads. What should we be doing?
It is what it's like to be a dad. Suddenly you don't even care about getting presents anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't cared for a while, to be honest.
It is that thing, though, if you get to a stage where you're like...
Like,
well,
what do you need, really?
If I just wanted that, I could just buy it myself.
Yeah.
And basically, it's all the same money it's coming from now anyways.
Hey. That's the, yeah.
Like, are we both taking money from our joint account to buy these presents?
Yes, of course we are. I've taken to bribing my kids to do stuff now, like just to eat their dinner and go to bed. It's like 50 cents, basically.
Oh, monetary reward?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Because nothing else is working.
But once
This is not gonna end well for them when they're old.
of a desperate man.
Oh, I'm totally desperate. Yeah,
But it's the thin end of the wedge.
You've got a pocket
also
full of
love money.
change. Exactly.
Yeah, but so
and that's
what?
why sometimes I'll find
Rob
it
it
when they're
back.
asleep and take it back and give it to them again. So it's like never-ending change.
So they're
pockets.
not counting it.
No,
they're not
because
putting it away
So
anyway.
they can't count.
But, like, that's one of the best things about those birthday parties where everyone gives a fiver. Suddenly you've got 25ers in your house.
Which you need.
You always need a fiver. You'll always need a fiver for something.
Or the occasional 50.
Yeah.
But can you tell me?
There's a lot of IOUs in the kids.
But once you've bribed your kid once to eat, they then expect a bribe
They don't
before
'cause
every meal.
They don't because they've forgotten. I would
Just at the moment.
One piece of advice again: don't show your 5-year-old Willy Wonka because she will turn into Violet Beauregard. There was like full 24 hours afterwards of screaming, I want. Like literally, monkey see, monkey do. She get the goose, the golden egg, and I was like, fucking hell, it's a disaster. But the bribery, what are you gonna do?
And so we're talking a 50-cent piece here, are we, to eat their dinner?
Sometimes 4 tens, sometimes 2 tens, sometimes a full euro. The gold
Right.
one.
See, I don't think we need... one of our lads is a great grower, so it's never an issue. The other guy, if he gave him a winning lotto ticket, he wouldn't eat his dinner. He'd just go, that's not enough. Nothing is going to get me to eat what's in front of me here.
Kids have become very pale and skinny. Again, was that gymnastics? I'm like, why are my children glowing compared to all the rest? Oh, they're pale. They're like luminescent because all they eat is like the rice and plain pasta and
Cheese.
and like bread. So you never give them bread. And it's like, what? How did this happen?
Sorry, your kids don't look healthy.
No, they look pale.
And which is a deficiency in what?
Like any vegetables. Any fruit. Water. Like,
But there are ways and means of getting fruit and veg into them.
sorry, one of them will eat pineapple, one of them will eat blueberries. So literally turning into a blueberry, literally turning into a pineapple.
Like we just ply our lads with bananas, right, and apples. So that and innocent smoothies, they go through a shed load of those. So they're getting fruit into them.
They're very sugary though, aren't they?
Well, there's no added sugar.
No,
it's just. Well, if you give them a load of fruit to eat, there's sugar in it.
I know, but like at least their digestive system is breaking it down slowly, whereas that's like straight into mainlining the sugar into
But it's far better than them drinking like concentrated juice drinks or fizzy drinks. And you're actually getting fruit into them. It's just pure fruit. The veg is a bit more difficult. There's a lot of mashing going on with vegetables.
They eat the mashed stuff. Mine just look at it and go, I mean, I know what you've done there. I can see it. So like pasta sauce without onion and garlic is grotesque. It's like bleh, right? So cut the onion up so small that it's barely. Yeah. They're still like, I can see the onion.
Pepper? Is that a pepper?
I can see.
No, that's tomato sauce. That's just...
The veg has to be blended. You have to blend it all together with the sauce.
Maybe blending it.
It's the only way to do it, really. They'll see, no matter how small that item, that morsel might be, they'll be able to pick it out.
Princess and the Pea style.
Yeah, they're finding onions and they're finding peppers and they're finding like green beans. They're finding the remnants of a green bean in there.
They're going to be amazing restaurant critics with the ability to discern just precisely how much of every little ingredient was actually in this amazing mille-feuille. Right. Happy Christmas, everybody.
Happy Christmas.
Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, we're coming up with the same issues every week.
Oh, this was a whole new Christmas
Yeah,
issue.
I know. I just want a solution to the fighting.
You want inner calm yourself to be able to deliver that to them so that, like...
Maybe, Dave, if you took a few days for yourself every month, just go off, relax, play a bit of golf. You know, maybe that'd be for the best for everybody.
I'm definitely shouting less. And I'm definitely losing my temper less. But it's not cutting me up inside any less than it always has. It just drives me demented.
Well, if you're making progress, that's all you need, right? At least you're going in the right direction.
Yeah, maybe. I know it'll get better when they get older. A lot older.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I'm expecting this to get worse.
Yeah.
Like now
When they're 12 and 13, they're not beating the heads off each other.
No, but they might be, and it'll be moodier, and they'll start being...
So they might still beat the heads off each other, but even worse, there'll be stuff going on that you don't even know about.
Plus, they'll be displaying
Smartphones.
open hatred of you as well.
Open hatred of you.
Yeah.
Like all sorts of mental health issues that they won't discuss with you, and you're sitting in there trying to figure out what's going on inside their head. At least now you know what's going on inside their head. They hate their younger brother. They're beating them over the head. Simple as.
It's all out there. It's all very transparent. And I do take solace in the fact that when either of them tell me how much they hate me, I know they don't mean it. I dread the day
when they
say it that I know they mean it. That must be a really awful place to be.
But they don't mean it even then, either.
Oh, they must. When a 14-year-old says it to you.
I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
With real menace and real feeling.
Yeah. An hour later, surely they've forgotten it.
What? I doubt it.
Or they've, like... Okay, maybe when they get to the 25, they go, geez, I was a bit of an asshole when I was a teenager, wasn't I?
I guess when you get to 14, you're done with the flip. So now at least when they tell you they hate you, an hour later they're like, oh, you're the greatest person who's ever lived.
Yeah.
When they get to 14, it's like, I hate you. And 2 weeks later, they talk to you again.
Yeah. Like they will tell me, the older guy will say, if I have to pull him up on something, yeah, well, I hate you. And then 5 minutes later, he'd be like, and it's not that he's showing any remorse. He's already forgotten about what had gone on 5 minutes prior to that. He's like, oh, I love you, Daddy. You're the best daddy in the world. And I will say, whoa, hang on, whoa.
Yeah.
Let's rewind here 5 minutes. Do you not remember you told me you hated me 5 minutes ago?
I find that doesn't lead to any resolution in what I would hope. It's like, yeah, I mean, I did. Maybe I'll go back to that.
Very quickly the way you're going.
Yeah, are you reminding me of it for a reason? Yeah.
But if there would never be anybody else that you would allow in your life that told you what a waste of a human being you were with such regularity.
I know, but you're responsible for making them, so it's your fault.
But there's only so many times you can hear that being said to you. Do you know how much I hate you? Like...
It turns out I do, because you tell me repeatedly.
Yeah. I do often suggest I'm going to live elsewhere, and that definitely elicits a response.
Well, they're like, you already spent half the day outside the front door, Dad, so what's the difference?
we saw the car pull up 2 hours ago.
Right, on that note, a happy Christmas, and this is probably our last one of the new year. Is it the last time we're all going to be together?
Arguably.
Back in January.
Are you in Monday?
Certainly not. Doing Adrian Barry on it.
Right.
Well, then we're done. For 2019, we are done.
Yeah, so dadcast@offtheball.com for all of your emails, and thanks very much for all our listeners. If you can rate and share it, that really helps us with growing people's knowledge and awareness of the whole thing.
Get in touch over Christmas. Drop us a mail.
Yeah,
Let us know how horrible it's going.
We'll all be in the jacks on the Dadcast Twitter account.
We'll have an unofficial meeting at 2 o'clock.
Plus,
Doesn't even smell anything.
It'll make the first couple of episodes of 2020 very easy to put together if we have a lot of built-in material and frustration that our listeners have had built over Christmas.
Happy Christmas. See you in the new year. Good luck.
Dad Pod.